your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a nah flex. While you there looking depressed, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend go and put your pants on. Damn, the best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though, that's against a bro code. Headed to his home though, no we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's shit in his face, from then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain, you didn't know that I'm a saint. Now I'll blow your up, then I again. Cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones had to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we hit it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulations.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made a difference.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term?
Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. First down, Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Got him, and it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Browns.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Bridgewater now. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Bridgewater. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Bridgewater's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Working them. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic, and as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
Down inside the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Sanders, 22 yards.
And the Ravens are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On second down, Cook. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Back to throw. Jones going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw on third down, Jones. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cook up the gut. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll run for it. Cook. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Up the middle is Cook. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw is Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Play action now. Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
It's now 3rd down.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over. For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Bridgewater now. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. They start the drive with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing, Jones. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready?
Now Jones. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And the Browns first down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Cleveland, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise.